Hi guys, my name is Rachel and I'm an expat living in Beijing, and today I'm with two of my other friends who live in Beijing.
Hello.
This is Eleanor and Nathan. So we want to talk to you guys a little bit about the coronavirus going on in Beijing and what it's like living as an expat in Beijing right now during this time.
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We've got our masks on, we are prepared.
Yeah.
Are we sitting down doing this? Or?
Are we doing it together? Or...
Okay, hey guys, so Nathan, Eleanor, and I are going to sit here in this park and talk to you today about the coronavirus that's happening in Beijing. First off, we just have to say we're not medical experts. We are not verified, or we are not
experts,
official
and we're
experts
not in the
any
way. We've not got any special information
No.
that's not public information
Yes.
already.
Yes.
We're just sharing our experience while we're here.
Yes, we've just all been living in China during this time, and so we wanted to share what's been kind of going on.
Yeah.
And I've also been getting like lots of questions from people outside of China and in China from other expats just about what's going on, what we're planning to do, and just what's been happening here. So yeah, I guess to start off, like, what's just been daily life in Beijing been like?
Well, I've actually found it. It's been really empty, which has been actually
Lovely.
really nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally no people. But when everyone's out, everyone's got some sort of mask on,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the shops got water, food, everything. Like, I don't know what it's like in other places, but everywhere I've been has been completely stocked. So I haven't really had any problems. And I've just been staying inside, but then cycling around, getting in some exercise to, like, you know, just be a bit healthier, to try and not catch stuff.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a weird time because it's still Spring Festival and Chinese New Year. So a lot of people have left Beijing or they're in their hometowns, and it's normally quiet during this time anyways. And so it's kind of hard to tell like what's keeping people inside because of the virus. I mean, it's probably just a combination of both.
I think people are being more cautious, and they are
definitely.
taking more precautions
Right.
to protect themselves and avoid, you know, social situations. I'm not being as social as I usually am.
Yeah, yes, hand sanitizer.
And you know, I think just any sensible advice, you know, like I've been eating more fruit and veg. You know, ironically, actually, this is the healthiest I've been, I think, in months, maybe years. Because, you know, I'm waking up, I'm making a smoothie for myself. I've started eating more greens. I'm going to bed. You know, I'm just trying to look after myself.
So much sleep. I feel like I've slept so much because there's literally nothing else to
There's
do.
nothing else to do.
Like-
Yeah, and the biggest thing they keep telling us is like keeping your immune system up, staying healthy, eating healthy foods, staying inside, staying away from like close, crowded public like situations. Like I've been avoiding the metro, avoiding the
Yeah,
buses.
God.
Yeah, I've been walking and cycling everywhere. Again,
yeah.
healthy stuff.
But some people may think that coming to the park is like crowded, but there's
Yeah.
really not that many people. Like, and what they say, if you're outside, then it's less likely to. It's mainly on surfaces and stuff, I think. So
I mean, it's a beautiful
fine.
day, and it's just nice to get some fresh air
Yeah.
and just do some exercise.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's
be
amazing.
social, because otherwise it gets really, really lonely
Yes.
when you're stuck
yes.
inside
Oh my
your house.
gosh. Yes.
And we're getting to a stage now where, like, panic is, you know, there's a bit of paranoia. You've got lots of information going around because of social media that you don't, you know, you read one report and then you read a different report, and you're trying to, you know, cut the difference and say, well, what is true? And it's not always apparent what is exactly true.
You know what? I think the best thing to remember is this is a virus that no one's had, like a strain of the virus that no one's had before. They don't have a vaccine for it. If it was in any other country, it'd be exactly the same way. Like, they tell you to wash your hands, stay inside, like, make sure that you're being healthy. So I don't think it's necessarily just like, I think China's taking all the right precautions.
Yeah.
But there's just so many people that it's so hard to contain anyway. Like, you know, it's just that sort of situation. So everyone's listening to the government, the local governments, and doing what they say. And I think that's really all you can do, in my opinion. If you panic, then it's just gonna it's gonna cause you stress. Then you get ill.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the you know, the local authorities and the government are taking the right precautions, and I do feel like they don't want an outbreak. Why would they?
God,
you know.
no.
So
Yeah.
like, I do feel
Nightmare.
like they are taking the right precautions. I mean, there's temperature checks on subways
Or
and
like even apartment complexes.
even apartment complexes. You know, so it's all the right precautions, I feel, and the advice that they're giving everybody generally people are sticking to.
And I've had some friends actually go to the hospital, they go there, they get checked, and they don't have to pay money, and the doctors are really nice about it and really easy to just go in and, you know, get checked out.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of people have been asking me because they hear about Wuhan, which is where the virus originated, and like Wuhan and the whole province of Hubei is on lockdown now. You can't go between cities, you can't leave the province and come back in. So a lot of people are worried, and they're hearing things like maybe there's not enough medical supplies and masks and food. So they're asking me, is it the same in Beijing? Like, do you guys have food? Is Beijing on lockdown? Like, do you have masks and things like that?
I mean, masks are really hard to come by. You'll notice that we've all got different masks on, because at this point you just have to use whatever mask you've got, because you can get them delivered, but none will arrive till the 4th of February. So I think that's the biggest issue, is that there's not enough.
This is more
but you can still find them.
This is more of a fashion statement. This is more fashion than anything else.
Yeah, I've been in some shops and I can find masks, but they're not the best,
They're not
most
the best.
recommended ones.
Yeah.
Like everybody's been recommending to get the N95 mask, whatever it's called, or like a
It's got a
surgical kind of
filter,
mask.
you've got a filter.
waterproof
I got kind of a
ones, though.
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. So a lot of us are kind of doing what we can until supplies get back in stock.
But I've been wearing the filtered one, and I feel like I'm getting like slight chest pains from wearing it, because you literally cannot breathe
It does,
with it for
like
longer
it
than half
cuts
an
your
hour.
oxygen a bit,
It's
and that's
horrible.
yeah,
So I've just resorted to this one just so I can breathe properly.
yeah,
Yeah.
But the local supermarkets, like, you know, it's just, I went yesterday and it's packed full of fresh fruit and veg. You know, I don't feel like, you know, the shops are running out. I've been able to get access to all the food that I normally buy.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I've been avoiding takeaway and deliveries, because, you know, those kitchen conditions, you don't know exactly how hard those, you know, the staff are working, and I'm a bit cautious of that. So I've been cooking more, and I've had access to all the same food. So there's not been a shortage in access to
I think
amenities
Beijing
or
is
anything like that.
okay. Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
grocery stores yesterday, and I went to many different kinds. I went to some local Chinese shops, I went to some foreign export shops, or foreign import shops, and they're all okay. Like, they're well stocked, there's fruits and veggies and dairy and all of that stuff.
I mean, it may be different in other places, in other cities, but our experience is just, we haven't had any issues.
At least where we are in Beijing, we all live
Yeah.
near whatever Dongzhimen, Chaoyang district. Things are fine here.
A bit further.
Oh,
and
you're
it's
a little
still
bit farther
okay.
out. It's
Yeah,
still okay.
Still,
Yeah.
everything's open.
So that's our personal experience. In other parts, of China, it might be different. In even other parts farther out in Beijing, I'm not sure. But where we're at, everything is okay. Okay, so another question we've often been asked is, a lot of the schools are closing down for longer holidays now, and even companies are. Like, a lot of schools don't start until February 17th now. A lot of companies and places are being very precautious with bringing teachers and students back, and even just workers, like our work got extended as well for the holiday. So a lot of expats have more time off, and they're wondering, is now the time that I should go home? A lot of people have been asking me, are you going to go home? What is your plan for the next days and weeks during this coronavirus? And so, what are you guys planning to do?
I mean, I think that's a really difficult question to ask anyone. Like, you don't know really what to do. But I think for me personally, I'm going to stick it out, because there's the most amount of cases are in China. Yes, Wuhan, like, maybe doesn't have enough beds at the moment, and that's awful. But in Beijing, like, you go to the hospital, there's doctors to see you, and I feel a bit safer to just stay in here where they're already like trying to work on vaccine or whatever and figure out what the problem is, rather than getting on a plane where germs are spread really easily. I'm more scared by getting on a plane than staying put, to be honest.
I personally feel like I'm going to stay as well, because if it is like something that is spread through, it is spread through human to human, and they don't exactly know the rate of that, or there is some different articles about that. I don't want to be part of the problem. Like if I've got it, then I've already got it. But I don't feel like I have. I feel pretty fine. And
I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. I hope we're all okay.
Watch this space. But I'm going to stick it out here, because
if you get sick, just go to the hospital. Like, what else
they are
do?
doing like temperature checks around a lot of places, and they are wanting to be very, very helpful. Like, if you do have a temperature or you're showing signs, there are so many places, especially in Beijing, that are set up to take care of this now. And there have been a lot of cases in Beijing that have been, like, a lot of people have recovered so far. I wouldn't say a lot, but there are cases where people are recovering.
People have recovered within like a shorter amount of time as well. So I personally, my opinion, I think it depends on your immune system. system, like,
Yeah.
and fighting viruses.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can call it. So
And if you're out of the country, because some people are traveling right now, or they're on holiday and they're extending their time there, that's, you know, again, that's on you. If you want to come back, you know, it's not like, I hope people realize that it's not like a desolate wasteland where like there's just like this awful virus like that's just like infecting every nook and cranny or anything like that. It's I think if people just are sensible and they're healthy, then they should be fine. But that's, here's the thing, like we said, we're not experts. We're doing what we think is best for us in this situation. Like, I'm not going home right now either. I'm going to stay in Beijing as well. But you know, things could change. We're going to keep an eye on things and stay updated in the next few days, in the next few weeks, and like obviously if something changes, we would make different plans or something. I think what's been comforting for me is that there are lots of expat groups who have been like sending around lots of information and like sharing about like what stores are open, which hospitals are open, and just like having a support network group. We're not alone here. We've got a lot of help and
really helpful
support, and like a lot of people sharing links and information and being very supportive and just keeping everybody updated on things.
I think generally all like local Chinese people and all expats care about everyone being safe and healthy. It's not like, oh, shut them out and they don't need to know anything. Like, no, like all the Chinese people are sending me stuff as well and making sure that I'm updated and asking if we're okay. Like, it's not as though we're being isolated in any way, shape or form.
No,
absolutely. Yeah.
But I do have to say, like, I think all the videos and stuff on Wuhan and that, I think that is scary, and like, I feel really sorry for those people that are, like, all of those people that are there.
Yeah.
But it's just not really the same in Beijing.
It's a very different situation. So like, I know people are very worried, and you know, I feel for them as well. I feel like it must be very difficult. And it's so hard when we see that, but then Beijing feels very different. I know we're still kind of waiting to see what will happen after Chinese New Year ends. But
oh yeah, we don't want to trivialize what's going on.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely not. We're aware it's very serious, and there's a lot of cases happening. I think at the end of the day, also, you just have to do what's best for you. Like, some people are asking me, like, should I go home? Should I not? And I can make that decision for myself. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I think it's, you know, great. I think we're all trying to reach out to each other, like, what should I do? But there's no guide right now saying, yes, all expats go home now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are just making the best decision we can. So if you feel like it's best for you to go home right now, then that's what you should do.
Just don't panic about a decision. Just make a decision.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, because it's, people are overlooking mental health. A lot of people are getting anxiety and you know, the paranoia, the panicking, and some people that have got, you know, like phobias about, you know, low immune systems and everything like that. So you know, and that plays a whole other different dimension to whether you're going to be fine in this environment.
That's true.
And only you would know that.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Agree with you there.
Okay guys, so that's basically an update from Beijing about the coronavirus and kind of our thoughts and personal experiences on being here. Do you guys have anything else you would like to add?
Not really. I think if people have questions, definitely reach out to others in China and, like, you know, support each other. But you have to make your own decisions.
Yeah, just stay updated, keep reading the news articles. I think we're all just kind of sifting through the information and doing what we can right now. And yeah, reach out to us or reach out to me if you have any questions that you'd like to know about, like what it's been like. And just stay safe and take precautions. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.